What? Oh my God! Inhuman reactions!
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Starting off, we have two potential info locks. One right here, and the other one right here after he reloads. But the interesting part comes whenever he starts shooting at the target around the corner, because he obviously is interacting with the target. His crosshair is being pulled towards the target, but there's no way he saw that guy there. And that guy could be anywhere. There are multiple spots in that situation where that guy could have been, and KRIMZ, in my opinion, was just trying to pre-fire and get that guy distracted in case he was going to defuse the bomb. He wasn't trying to aim at anybody purposefully right there, in my opinion, but his aimbot picked it up, and then he recognized it, so he stepped back out. And don't try to tell me that he saw him, because you can barely see his elbow at 50% of the game speed. And then before he steps back around the corner, you can see him adjust to head height, and then he would have hit a headshot when he stepped around the corner, but he was moving too much. Here's an example of some humanized overaim that cheat developers like to use. Initially, right here we have a possible info lock, and then after he kills his first target, you see him lock onto a second target through a smoke at coffins, but it's just for a brief second, and then he continues spraying through the smoke. And this is a little easier to see at 20% game speed, and if you take all of the recoil clutter out and you see strictly the mouse movements. But don't let this fool you, because at 100% game speed or even 50% game speed, this is still extremely fast. In this clip, you're going to see two info locks and an edge lock that looks like an aim shake. I'm going to let you see it here at 50% game speed, and then I'll break it down to 20% game speed. Okay, here's the first info lock. He's going to lock to the outside of the target before he steps around the corner. And you can't really see it right here, so I'll turn on the wireframe. It's easier to see for this example. And then at first, as he's shooting the target, there's nothing really suspicious until he steps back around the corner, and you're going to see an edge lock. And what I mean by an edge lock is that the target is going to almost step around the corner, and his aimbot is going to register it, so he's going to aim at the target behind the wall and then lock back to the edge before he shoots, because the aimbot knows not to shoot the target behind the wall. And then after that, you're going to see another info lock, and then he's going to flick off of the target. And now I think the aimbot is actually flicking off the target. I don't think he's doing that. I think this is something that aimbot does automatically once it registers that the target's behind the wall. Because this flicking off of a target like this happens quite often. In this last clip right here, you're going to see a right angle adjustment before he goes to shoot the second target. Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like button or the dislike button and leave a comment down below. Big shout out to all my Patreon supporters for doing their thing and making all this possible. And if you want to have your say in the next players to be reviewed, or if you're interested in early access to the videos I put out, make sure you check out my Patreon page for available options.